In 2025, I sent over 10 million cold emails, and I'm going to share the exact strategies that made this possible. Myself and the team learned a ton, what's actually working and what's complete bullshit that everybody else talks about online. The same strategy we used has actually booked one of our clients 167 qualified meetings in just 90 days using our approach. I'm gonna share the strategy and the philosophy behind these results, so if you stick around to the end, you'll understand why our approach works so much better than most of the tactics you'll see, read, or hear about online. First things first is treating cold email like a marketing channel, not a sales channel. Most people, most businesses still think about cold email as a sales channel. They think our sales reps need to be out in the field sending tons of cold emails. They have fragmented systems where sales rep A, B, and C are all doing their own thing. But most importantly, it affects how you write copy as well. When you think about cold email as a sales channel and as a salesperson, a lot of times we talk too much about ourselves. We're a little bit too pushy. Think of cold email as a private ad network. What is the point of Facebook ads? You click a button and you pay money to put your offer in front of people that you hopefully want to speak to. Cold email allows you that same scale and speed that you can get over paid ads, except with way better targeting. So why do you need to pay Facebook to go talk to some Joe Schmo who doesn't have anything to do with you, who doesn't want to see your ad, doesn't care about you, when you can just email the 50,000 people that you do want to talk to, that you do want to sell to, that you do want to work with? Most people do not think, they think about cold email, they do not think about the scale and the speed that it can afford you. They think about sending 100 emails a day across their 5 sales reps. And then last point here is good copy and strong arguments beat hyper-personalization, especially when you're running at that scale. So as soon as you start to make that mindset shift, cold email, marketing channel, size, speed, scale, good offers, you're going to start seeing better results from the channel. It's okay if people say no. It's okay if people don't respond. You want to test, you want to find what makes people respond. Number 2, and this is a super important one, your offer will most likely determine how well you do on cold email. Some offers simply crush and others don't. When you have a no-brainer offer that your business needs, when you can talk about ROI and providing a return for businesses, you're going to see better results through the channel. This is an area, especially when you view this as a marketing channel, that your cold email team can have a lot of control over. They can help improve your offer. They can help position your offer against a certain audience so that your offer is purpose-built for your ICP, for a specific niche of your ICP. When you combine a decent offer with the ability to hit your entire market, like we talked about in number 1, of the same scale and speed of Facebook ads, when you can hit everybody in your market, you're gonna hit those people who are in their buying window, even if you just have a demand capture offer. Now, in that point, you probably wanna sell something high ticket, so even if you have lower lead counts, you're still reaping the benefits of the system because your deal sizes are so large. However, your goal here with sending to everybody in your target market is to hit people who are in their buying window, and then ideally, you have an offer strong enough that you can generate demand on top of hitting the people who are in their buying window. So creating a demand generating offer where someone who can just learn about you for the first time, has never thought about using your service, says, hell yeah, I want to check that out. Pairing that with hitting people who do know about your service, do know they need help with your specific thing, and you just hit them at the perfect time. And I'll tell you what, if you don't have a good offer, free always works. Our best campaigns by far is when our client is giving away something for free. Assets, videos, uniforms, even AirPods. Now, ideally, you can find messaging that's strong enough, but don't be afraid to offer to give something for free, not an assessment, not an audit, something truly valuable to those individuals in order to start that conversation. The third thing that we're seeing work right now is go wide, not deep. What I mean by that is go wide. Hit your entire market. Don't worry about sending the same email 4 to 5 times to one lead. Don't do that. Number 1, this helps with your deliverability. When you start to send emails 2, 3, 4, and 5 on the same thread, you know who gets annoyed? The person you're emailing. You know who's going to report you to spam so that they don't see that next email that you're probably going to spend? The person you just emailed. You're better off writing one really good email than sending 3 to 4 different emails to the same individual on the same thread. Now, this doesn't mean you get one shot at hitting this person and they're done forever. Certainly want to email them again. We certainly want to try new positioning, but let's give it 60 to 90 days before we go back to that individual with a different offer, with different messaging. They're going to forget about you by that time. Maybe they're in their buying window at that time as well. You never know. So again here, you want to hit your entire market once every 60 to 90 days rather than a third of your market 3 times over the 90 days. This gives you better deliverability, focus on writing better emails, and you'll get better results. I promise you. The next biggest thing you need to understand about cold email and what's working is that deliverability is only getting harder. It has never been more important to invest in really strong infrastructure. We're working with the best providers, and more importantly, we're building internal tools that help us manage deliverability in real time with live monitoring. So we know when inboxes are getting burnt out. We know when campaigns have high bounce rates. We know when we need to pull stuff out of cold traffic and bring stuff into cold traffic. It's easy to do at a small level. It's much harder to do at scale when you're sending 5,000, 10,000 plus emails every single day. So having these tools in place, having great infrastructure in place is incredibly important in today's landscape. Next up is that list building is becoming a competitive edge. Companies like Apollo and LinkedIn are cracking down incredibly hard on individuals being able to scrape contact information from their websites. This crackdown has again made internal tools and databases incredibly valuable, paying up for really good data and being able to build scrapers to get off-market data from directories, databases, and other websites where companies and contacts can be found. Second is hiring a full-time list builder or go-to-market engineer has drastically improved our results. We used to have a single campaign manager who would be responsible for strategy, offer positioning, copywriting, deliverability. Since we hired out list building to someone who is incredibly good at building lists, building scrapers, they're technical and they love using Clay, our client results have improved dramatically simply because they spend all their time building highly qualified lists, and then the campaign strategist spends all of their time focusing on your offer, focusing on the positioning, and focusing on the strategy. If you want me to set up this system for you so that you can start booking 50 plus demos a month, click the first link in the description below, watch the short video on the next page where I go into detail on the offer, and then book in a time to meet with me directly and we can see if it's a good fit. In 2026, speed to lead is one of the most important metrics that you can possibly track that you're probably not tracking. How long does it take for you to respond to a lead as soon as they come in? This needs to be tracked, measured, and improved. Especially with AI, there's no excuse for you to have anything less than a 30-minute response time on your leads that are coming in. What we've done to help out here is we built an AI-assisted inbox management tool where our first line of defense is a team who sits in the inbox and responds to leads as they come in. However, they're paired with an AI-assisted response manager who writes up that first response and who can look at our clients' calendars and be able to suggest open times directly in the email without them having to click around and go find them. It's allowed us to respond way quicker, reduce our speed to lead times, and respond within 5 minutes to all the leads that come in. The last thing I'll talk about today is having a strong brand presence. Cold email can still work if you don't have a strong brand presence, but what we're seeing is that companies who have a great website, who are on LinkedIn, who are active, you search them up and they show up on Google, are seeing the best results through cold email. People will literally respond and say, yes, I've heard of you. Yes, your website looks good. Would love to chat. Think about when you get an interesting cold email. You look the business up almost immediately. And your perception of them outside of that cold email, a lot of the times determines how you're going to respond or if you're going to respond at all. So companies who have a really strong brand presence outside of cold email are typically the ones who are seeing the best results. They're already running other channels. They might be running paid ads. They've invested in SEO. They're heavy on organic content. Being a single channel player is much harder in 2025 and 2026 than it used to be. You want to be multi-channel, you want to be everywhere. So these are the key lessons that I've learned after sending over 10 million emails in 2025. Just to recap, cold email is a marketing channel, so treat it as such. Your offer is incredibly important. If you don't have a good offer, figure out how to make one. You want complete coverage of your TAM every 90 days. One good email to your entire market beats 3 emails to a third of your market. Number 4, deliverability is getting harder, so invest in good infrastructure that allows you to send at scale. List building is becoming a competitive advantage in businesses today. If you don't know how to build qualified lists affordably, you're already at a huge disadvantage. Speed to lead. Not much more I need to say there. Speed to lead. Figure it out. And then 7, you want to be continuously investing in your brand presence. Run different outbound channels. Run different marketing channels. The more people see you, the more familiar they will become and the more responsive they are. These are the exact strategies and philosophies I implement in my business and how we get results for our B2B clients. You can take this and run with it, implement it into your own business, or if you want to work with some pros, click the first link in the description below and book in a time to meet with me directly and we'll see if it's a good fit.